The next two items that we have all have to do with the front of the boat. So Soraya is going to obviously have a GoPro attached to the front of her boat so that we can film her fishing experiences. So I've got a sticky mount here that we need to attach. And she's got a storage hatch right here for storing her rain gear, her food, whatever she wants. And we got a nice orange dry bag. And all we're gonna do is we're going to take that dry bag and it's going to be stored inside the kayak here. But as you guys can tell, there's really no stopping this bag from really sliding all the way down the hole. So what we're gonna do is take one of these eyelets and we're gonna make a little attachment point so that the bag doesn't fall out, and also we're gonna connect that to this GoPro mount. That way if the GoPro gets knocked off or breaks, it doesn't fall in the water and drop down to the depths. It'll be attached to that cord, so it'll be hanging there and we can recover that. First modification we did, drilled a hole inside this GoPro mount because we're going to not just adhesive this on, we're going to rivet it in as well, just as an extra precaution so that hopefully this doesn't fall off. So now that I have this hole here, this rivet will fit right inside and it will drop right under this sliding piece. That way there should be no interference for this to click back into place. But as always, there's only one way to really answer that question and that theory, and that is to test it out. Okay, Soraya's camera is most likely gonna get mounted right here. It's gonna give us a good angle of her, a good angle of her netting a fish. It's kind of centered, but as we all know, the GoPro has a nice wide view. So this right here should do really well. So, with these mounts, you peel the protective layer off, like so. Find the spot that you want it, stick it on. Now, I'm gonna drill through this hole that we made into the boat. Silicone, of course. Take our rivet, push it through, rivet it into place. Okay, now, take our clip. Oh yeah. Now that isn't going anywhere. This is a really good little hack for all of you who want to film your fishing experiences or your kayak experiences. Just add a little rivet there. It'll really hold that adhesive down and it'll hold this mount so it's not going anywhere. As you guys can see, this little rivet here, and then this slides in, clicks into place. It's not going anywhere. Sweet, part one complete. As a triple precaution, we're going to put one of these small pieces of paracord. I've got two sizes of paracord here. We're gonna make a little toggle here. So we're gonna drill a hole through this top connector piece, bring our paracord through, and then we're gonna take our eyelet, install that wherever we decide for the GoPro and for the dry bag. All right, our hole has been drilled, as you guys can see right there. And now we're gonna take a piece of paracord, make a lanyard for this, as well as a lanyard for our dry bag. And now we've got a really nice and clean attachment. We're gonna do the same thing to the dry bag. I'm gonna skip past that, and then we'll get to the part where we install the eyelet onto the kayak. I finished the lanyard for the dry bag. Same thing, little loop here, heat shrink tubing, and then I put a carabiner on here just in case she wants to take this to and from the kayak, she can do so. So let's attach this all to the kayak. I know the sun is behind me, guys. I apologize for that. I got both my accessories here, the dry bag right there, and the GoPro clip. What we're gonna do is take both of these lanyards and feed them through this eyelet. Now, we're gonna clip this GoPro accessory in just to make sure we're not going too far with this attachment point. Take our dry bag, and for now, drop her down in the kayak. Just line it up and kind of figure out where you want this to be. We're gonna go right here. Looks pretty good. Spot number one. And there we have it, guys. An eyelet with our dry bag toggle attachment and our GoPro toggle attachment. Before we walk away from this dry bag situation, the lip of this doesn't close all the way once you have the paracord down and then the lid on top. So what we're gonna do is drill a hole and cut a notch for the paracord to lay so that when the lid goes on, everything is flush. It'll still be waterproof from the top. Obviously, if it's submerged, not so much, but it's also a dry bag, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's do that real quick and then we can check these two things off the list. All right, our notch is cut right here. Now let's give her a little test. Take our cord, drop it over and in, take our lid, close it up, push it all the way down, and that looks so much better than before. Step 3, Soraya's got this little seat pad for her bum bum, just to help because this kayak is just all plastic, so this cushion helps a little bit, but she doesn't want it to be sliding around, so she made the suggestion to zip tie it to the chair, but I don't have any zip ties. I do have paracord, so we're gonna take this, attach some paracord here, tie it to there, and then it won't go anywhere. It'll always be attached to the kayak. She'll never lose it, and I'll probably get a kiss for that one. All right, open this up, throw that in there, grab a piece of paracord, just like this. We're gonna feed it through the back of our seat, like that. Okay, and now it ain't going anywhere. Looks pretty good. Gonna clean up our tag ends here, and of course heat shrink tube it. Just cleans everything up. I know you guys are like, enough with the heat shrink tubing, but it really makes everything look clean. It ties all your ends in, and it just looks more professional that way. So we're doing it. Perfect. So all we did, feed the paracord through here, tied a knot in the back, clean that knot up, and her cushion is always gonna stay in the right spot. The next project that is also seat related is this seat has the nice webbing strap that holds this thing from going too far back, but it also had a bungee cord that attached from here just to hold it up instead of letting it always fall. So I've got the old bungee from this back piece that we don't use anymore. We're gonna reconnect that. I've got some new carabiners for it, and we're gonna get it just right so that way this seat will sit up and will stay up via the bungee cord. Gonna make an eyelet on one end with the bungee cord. It's gonna be nice and big and beautiful, just like that. Feed some heat shrink tubing through, heat that up. Take a carabiner, attach that to our loop. Now, we gotta feed this bungee cord through the seat. Gotta take it, feed it through that. 1, 2. Now that it's through, take our first carabiner, clip it into this eyelet. Put you guys right there. Pull this all the way through so that it's decently tight. Make our new loop. Always, always, always test it before you commit to it. All right, take that, bring it over, clip it in. That looks pretty good to me. Cut our bungee cord, cover it up. Heat shrink. Hello, Dad. You can come out. Just like that. Bungee cord is attached, fed through to the other side. The seat sits up, doesn't fall. Another thing off the list. Next up, this little adhesive ruler. We're gonna put this right here. This is gonna give Soraya a permanent spot on her kayak to measure her fish, especially when we have little fun competitions, see who catches the biggest fish. So we're gonna put that on here right now. Nice 30-inch measuring sticker. for now, that's good to go.